Hi, my name's Jamie Haysham. Recently, for all these years, I've been a hardcore Back to the Future fan. And about 2 years ago, I joined the site and I signed up. And basically, I've been a regular account member of Back to the Future BTTF.com. Now, during the past 2 years, there's been different changes, but changes doesn't usually involve the viruses. Now, unfortunately, some highly trained monkey recently, on February the 16th, has put a malware virus onto BTTF.com, which means a malware virus is basically a hacker getting into your computer and going onto a site and stealing a person's information. Now, for some reason, because they've been stealing this information, it has totally busted the site, basically. It's wiped the site off the internet. I don't know if that's permanent or temporarily. But because this person, whoever it is, has gone into the site, has literally wiped everybody's ideas off the computer, like everybody's forums. Like, say for instance, I've been writing a script based on a scenario in 2045 for Marty on my account. So basically, once I go onto the site, it appears that this site doesn't exist. So basically, they can go onto your work and steal it, and they can claim it. Unfortunately, because that's happened, the first time I went onto it after a few days after coming off it, which was after the site was perfectly fine and running, it came up with a message that malware was discovered on the computer and they were going to compromise the problem. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case now, because it looks to me now, when I logged on yesterday, the site didn't exist. I said, oops, this link appears to be broken. Which will, in other words, does that mean the site doesn't exist no more? Does BTTF.com don't exist? Does that mean because this malware virus was so big and that it was everybody's information, not just mine personally, but everybody who's been involved in BTTF.com, that their information and all their hard work has been written off and stolen, and because of that, it's literally closed the site down totally. And because it really, in a sense, is really disappointing and it's really cruel, because everybody who has put a lot of hard work on it, because I've read other people's hard work on it, and it's just amazing what everybody thinks about the trilogy. I mean, it's the most talked about movie on the net, personally, to be honest, for a forum site, because there are hundreds of thousands of different ideas of what people have put on the internet, on BTTF.com, should I say, and they've talked about the trilogy, other ideas of part 4, if there was ever going to be one. All the different scenarios that have been involved in the film, about all the different confusions of the timelines, confusions of the different Martys and so on, and the relationships of the people in the films and behind the scenes, different questions. And I was totally amazed about, really interested, and it was very good questions. Lots of them were very good questions and good responses too. And that's why I enjoyed trying to put my own ideas on, writing scripts, trying to see what could be a good part 4 scenario if there was to ever be one. And unfortunately, unfortunately for the people that have put their great ideas on, it has been ruined by some sad person who just literally get a kick out of stealing other people's property. Basically, it's stealing. It is what you call, what's the word? Well, it's near enough like fraud, basically, and it's corrupt, basically, and basically how this person got into our accounts and our files is just totally unacceptable, basically. And I hope the person who's been doing this gets caught and is just never to be allowed on forums again. Even if it's not the BTTF.com site, Back to the Future, it should not be allowed on that, because that, in my opinion, is stealing. And I feel really bad for the people, all the thousands of people that have been signed up for bttf.com, and even the people who have not signed up to bttf.com. I feel really bad for them because they put so much hard work into it, into writing their own ideas on the Back to the Future trilogy, which in my opinion is the best trilogy that I've ever watched in my life. And its storylines and its the actors that portrayed Marty, Doc, and Biff, and Lorraine, and all the others that appeared in the trilogy was so great to see, and they really suited their characters, and they were the reason why the trilogy was such a success, and because it's been seen by millions of people worldwide, and it's still too early, like Robert Zemeckis says, to be a classic, but in years to come it will be a classic, and it'll still be a watch classic. And it's deserving to be like one of the most taught forums on the internet because it's great. It's really enjoyable to watch. It's got a good adventure, but to be honest, it's been spoiled by a virus that really has no need to be on there and no need to be created. It was so undeserved for the people who have put great ideas into their thoughts on Back to the Future. I mean, people are still hoping for a Back to the Future 4. I mean, that's why people go onto this site, because they want to hope for a part 4. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen anytime soon because of Michael J. Fox's condition and his sad illness, I'm afraid. And we all wish him very well. We hope he finds his cure and gets really well, because we do wish, because we've seen now that Ghostbusters 3 is being made. Indiana Jones 4 was made. There was also a rumour that Gremlins 3 was going to be made, but that's not going to happen. But everyone was disappointed. But you could see from Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale's point of view that it can't be done, because Back to the Future 4 wouldn't be the same without Michael J. Fox, because he was the main character of the show. And if you're going to watch a Back to the Future 4 without Michael J. Fox, it's just going to be a big flop. Even a remake wouldn't make up for a Back to the Future, because these days people are making remakes on Back to the Future, on other films from the past. Like they're doing a remake of The Birds this year. They're doing a remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street. That's coming out soon. But I would not want to see a remake of Back to the Future of the first film. It would totally be. It would not be the same. When you look at, okay, you can look at remakes of these, what I've just talked about, Nightmare on Elm Street, but if you're talking about looking at an actor who could portray Michael J. Fox in a remake, it just wouldn't be the same, would it? I mean, you look at Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, they were just the perfect match for Marty and Doc. But the thing is, everybody wants to Back to the Future 4. That's why bttf.com was created, so they could come up with the ideas, just think back to the movies and think, well, we could use these ideas for a part 4. I mean, couldn't we? But now it's just being a joke to a person who's just gone into a site and basically put a malware on it, which basically is someone stealing, and it's just totally busted the site. But we don't know that for sure, because I did look on it yesterday and it said, oops, this link appears to be broken. But to me personally, it looks like the site no longer exists, because some idiot, who's more than an idiot, I don't want to say it, but he's ruined everybody's good hard work on it, and it's just totally undeserving. Well, all I can say is I hope the site comes back soon, and hope we can start our very, very hard work and discussions again, because we deserve better than that. I mean, the site wasn't put on there for somebody to steal. I mean, if this person wants to put an idea on, he doesn't have to steal. He can easily create an account on it, not go on to other people's ideas and just claim them themselves. Because that's basically what they're doing. It's just totally unacceptable. I hope for all you other hardcore Back to the Future fans that we could see bttf.com back on the nets very, very soon. And here's to the future. Here's praying. And I'm praying for Michael J. Fox too. Here's to the future.